Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Twitch chat. Welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan. It's good to be with y'all today, and I hope you're having a good day. Good to see a Beer Fox, good to see a Brayherd. Beer Fox, congratulations. You have claimed the crown of Furstendom, and in your own words, you have claimed the crown of...
The French.
Your crown is that of French. Maha. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be diving into Minecraft. We're going to start on the greenhouse, but I have something else I realized we've never done and we need to do. Quick side project. I promise it won't take more than... I don't wear a watch, so why am I checking it? Anyway, let's dive in. Anyway, the thing I realized that we have never done is we have never cleaned up the storage tower of the Basilica. So we need to take care of this. We've done too many other projects. So we'll remove all of this junk, and then we'll come back and we'll redo the floor. And then, finally, we can truly say that the Basilica is 100% complete. Probably take about 2 trips. In fact, I know it'll take 2 trips, so we're just gonna take all of this. Sure we have all 5? Yep. Take this back, put it away. Inventory management. All the excitement of double entry bookkeeping with all the work of double entry bookkeeping. wool. Copper goes in there. I think that's... A lot of this is food. Oh, the pods all needed to go away, but... Well. I guess bamboo goes into miscellaneous. Know some Eve players who love double entry bookkeeping? Well, yeah, they play Eve. Bowl goes into food. It is wood, but... Well, at least this one's easy to do. Wood. Sand. So what is that a recipe of? I do not recognize that at all. You couldn't see it because it was behind me, but... Field masoned banner pattern. What? Chad, I feel like such an old player right now. I'm looking at things going, I have no idea what this is. How's everyone in chat doing today? Everyone just having like a nice, quiet, chill day? Is that what's going on? Is everyone else sad because summer disappeared too quickly and it became fall all of a sudden? If you want more summer, come visit me. I need to, Mel. But I'm already spending basically my entire October and November on the road already. We have summer after Thanksgiving. That is tempting, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of things I'm traveling for, I was working on my DocsCon talk today, and I finally am at a point where I have all the quotes I need, and my outline's done. I have to add in the quotes and add the quotes to the PowerPoint, and then I'm done. Come watch the game with us at our house. Is the game of Favorites? Because otherwise I don't know what game you're talking about. Speaking of Game of Favorites, I'm on Game of Favorites this Friday, and I forgot to completely mention that the last 2 days of streaming. It's going to be an art episode. I don't know why I'm on an art episode, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I don't really I consider myself well-read when it comes to art. Not, like, amazingly or anything, but, like, I have a decent general knowledge of the arts. But outside of painting miniatures, I don't really do a whole lot of art creation. So this will be fun. Also, I had a thought on the greenhouse. I was thinking, what if we, like, threw in random spots of colored glass just here and there? Just fun little splashes of color. Hey, Hope. Good to see ya. Okay. That's that portion taken care of. So now what we need is... we need smooth diorite. I think it's polished deep slate that we use. And we need smooth diorite. Or andesite. Yes, it is polished deep slate. Let's go. So the pattern is basically all the way around, but the diagonals just kind of straight through. Okay. Then it should be the andesite next. You have sad news. There's a stipulation that the colored mohawk must go. Well, for now. What are they gonna do if you get ordained to the diaconate and then you bring it back? Unordain you? Beer Fox, if I was your pastor, I would totally let you keep it, but I get that the powers that be may not see it that way. It was fun while it lasted. That would be disobedience. No. The obedience was that you not have it during formation. There we go. With that, the basilica is actually 100%, actually, factually 100% complete. That's what you think, Father. Yeah, this is the way the Paulists think. We have a bit of a history when it comes to obedience. Look, when our founder got thrown out of the Redemptorists for quote-unquote disobedience, which in fact he was not actually being disobedient, but then he stuck around Rome anyway to fight for his cause and wound up meeting the Pope. You know, you learn to think creatively about things. I kid. Although that's a true story about the founder of the Paulists. He was in fact kicked out of the Redemptorists over an interpretation of something in the Constitution at the time that itself turned out to not even be canonical. You want to be associated with Paulus? Have bad news, unfortunately. We don't have a women's branch. Yeah, the Median nuns are cool, but they are not related to us, technically. Different founder. Did he bend or did they? I mean, they certainly didn't bend. And he didn't bend either, but he acquiesced and was like, okay, well, if I can't be a Redemptorist, then what if I made my own community? And so he hung out with Cardinal Barnabo for a while, and Barnabo was like, yeah, this sounds good. Go talk to the Pope. And the Pope was like, sure thing. You and your buds are free from your vows as Redemptorists. Go do something. Shout out to Pope Leo XIII. Okay, so this is where I'll serve my own religious community. Well, maybe not that with the full quote. Yeah, the Daughters of St. Paul are the Median nuns, but they also, A, they're not nuns technically, and B, They're not related to us. What did... So, Hecker wanted an English-speaking house that would do English-speaking missions. At the time, he was serving in a German-speaking house that served the German immigrants and did German-speaking missions, and occasionally was allowed to do English-speaking missions, but he was like, hey, there's this whole brand new thing called America, and they speak English. What if we evangelize them? And the local superiors were like, nah, keep doing what you're doing. And so he was like, okay, I'll go talk to the Superior General, which is the thing. The Redemptorists have a rule in their constitution, or at least did at the time, I don't know what it's like now, where a member is allowed to go to Rome to petition the Superior General in matters of like disputes and disagreements and things. It was being abused, quite frankly, by other Redemptorists for a basically free trip to Rome. They'd be like, oh, I have a complaint, I need to go to Rome, darn, oh, the community needs to pay for my trip to Rome. But Hecker legitimately had a thing, but like the Superior General at the time had put out a thing like, look, you can't do that right now. And there's a lot more going on, I'll admit. Like I am simplifying things. But like, okay, we need lots of dirt. So there are many orders. Yeah, so, yeah, each order has a constitution by which it is governed. I mean, I think statement of belief is the creed. You know, if you're not professing the creed and what the church teaches, you can't really be an order in the church. So, like, the Paulist Constitution, for example, has the rules of, like, okay, this is how an election happens in the Paulist Fathers and when it happens. You know, things like that. And it does have a sense of what our mission is as well. Like, there's a whole section at the beginning that's kind of like, this is why we exist, this is what we do. Any chance are there orders that sort of clash against each other or disagree on? I mean, sure, throughout history, there might be disagreements on how to do things. But again, like, by virtue of what an order is and what it means to be in communion in the church, like, you know, there are limitations to what that might mean. A good example of this is, like, when groups like the Capuchin Franciscans come about. You know, they're a bunch of Franciscans who are like, hey, we're called to live poverty, and what we're doing right now isn't really poverty. We need to reform and go back to what Francis said. So they disagree with the praxis, but not like the underlying idea. And I don't know if rivalry is the right word. There's definitely like some healthy competition. You know, the Franciscans and the Dominicans kind of have because they were founded around the same time and are both mendicant orders, they have similar, or not similar, they have kind of this brotherly banter towards each other. Yeah, the Cistercians split off from the Benedictines, and then the Trappists split off from the Cistercians. It's a very human thing to do, to be like, this isn't quite right. I will try my best to do it elsewhere, but slightly differently. That's actually one of the fascinating things about the Dominicans as an order, is that as old as they are in the church and as large as they are, they've never actually had a breakaway group, as far as I know. Like the Franciscans certainly have, and there's lots of different Franciscan orders, but as far as I'm aware, for the men's branch at least. For the women's branch, it's more complicated, because then you get into geography and history and stuff. But as far as I'm aware, there's just the Dominicans for the men's branch. Gonna clear out some of this hill around this pillar, just to help define where the greenhouse will be. We'll shape this up later on in the project. But right now I'm basically making the footprint of what will be the greenhouse. Dominicans are largely contemplative. No, they're a mendicant. They're actually founded and designed to be active. They have a very contemplative spirituality. As far as I can tell, I'm not super well versed with the intricacies of Dominican life, to be honest. Sean would be a much better person to ask about that. He's a third order Dominican. But no, they're actually they're preachers. Like, I mean, it's in the title. OP is title of preachers, and their whole thing is they were founded originally to preach against the heresy of Albigensianism, which I think is I forget what Albigensianism specifically stated. I think it's largely just a form of Arianism. But you know, they still have a solid life of preaching today. You know, and again, they might have contemplative aspects of their life, but they are, by their nature, they're mendicants, they're friars, which are orders meant to be out and about. They're not monastic. I'm gonna knock this row of dirt out, even though in the end we'll want it back. Because, you know, this is a foundation, but right now we're just establishing, like, where is the greenhouse going to be. And I think what we're going to do is, before we place any glass, because I don't want glass right on top of dirt, I think that'd look bad. So we're probably going to do like a layer of concrete or something similar, and then occasionally have vertical pillars of the same material, whatever that happens to be. I was thinking off-white concrete or light gray, because it's an abundantly accessible color. And we still have the concrete concretizer hidden underneath the Opera House, so that helps the process. Sorry, tree, you gotta go. We may replant you later, but... Really should have brought an axe with me. That would have been sensible. Oh, also, I told my one of my brothers here was a doctor before becoming a priest. Like an MD doctor, and I told him about the contents of the apple jelly that came in the MRE, which was corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, apple puree, or concentrate, apple concentrate, sugar, pectin, citric acid. A very simple list, but he kind of just had this look of just a general look of concern, honestly, of like, who's consuming something that has corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and sugar in it? Which, when you consider it's meant to be eaten in the field by soldiers, actually makes sense. It's calorie dense. It's quick energy as well. Actually, I'm going to burn these for charcoal. And I'm going to grab an axe. You have my axe. We'll probably wind up just connecting this all the way across and just keeping this hill going this way to seal this area off in the end. But for now... Hey, what up, Chizo? You made it for the Minecraftin'. How you doing today, Chizo? Hope you're doing well. This pillar is also in the wrong spot. Because the actual corner... This one more back. Oh, dear. That was lightning. Gonna just nope, 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 nope. Back to my base. Take a nap. We'll say okay. Okay. We'll take okay. You don't like skeleton horses? Not really. Nor do I like supercharged creepers. I'm gonna chop down these, but we will replant some jungle because this greenhouse will be very active. Like there will be something, there'll be like bees and cocoa and a few small crops. Nothing like a wheat farm. Those are the words I'm saying. Those are the words I'm looking for. Yeah, so while I want, like, a base for the glass to go on, I do think most of the greenhouse will just be dirt. We'll make, like, a stone path through it. Of some sort, but... make it look nice and natural on the inside. Hello, Bad Roxy. How are you? We're wrapping up nanny interviews. We should have one hired soon. Hey, that's great news. Placing lots of dirt. Placing lots of dirt. And I doubt I'll even... Well, we might actually have enough to do at least the base foundation. We'll have nice water features as well in the greenhouse. There's part of me that wants to design the inside first and then do the walls, but there's no guarantee. I think it's better if I build the walls and the ceiling first, so that I can have a sense of, like, what I'm working with. Wait, Beer Fox, I had an idea if you're still lurking. What if you got a tattoo of you with the brightly colored mohawk? Doesn't have to be on your head, but, like, you know, that way you'd still technically have a brightly colored mohawk. I also need to wear long sleeves. Okay. That's cool. They're called albs, by the way. New gig, sort of. Beer Fox was just accepted into the diaconate formation program in his diocese. Oh, you don't... Oh, no, hold on. No, hold on. And if you are a deacon, you will wear an alb. That is proper liturgical vesture of a deacon. Well, anyone serving at mass, really. The alb is the white vestment everyone wears as the base layer when serving. Can't wear a collar once ordained. Yeah, different dioceses take different rules. And who knows? Maybe by the time, God willing, you are ordained, that rule will have changed. You have a new bishop. Oh, you've seen that your parish wear a clerical collar as a deacon? That's actually surprising given the context that you were Orthodox, but more surprising that you're seeing someone in collar and just not everyone is just in cassock. Yeah, I should have enough dirt to finish this section. So I was thinking, too, the greenhouse would probably be broken up into sections, or sort of different biomes. So probably the main one in the atrium would just be standard grassland biome, and then maybe one side would be desert and the other would be mountainous or something. We'll find out what I can do once I find out how big this thing actually is. I know this is currently all based on vibes. None of this is based on numbers. Okay, I live here now. Okay. That is the foundation area complete. So let's find out how big this is. So, 1, 2... Wait, 1... Ah, I can't see the glare of the sun is too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. So it's 26 wide. Should write this down somewhere. Looks big. It is big. Based on the London Crystal Palace. It should be big. 26 wide. Now let's figure out how long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, so 81, so... not quite a 1-to-3 ratio in width and length. You don't like that number? You don't like 81 or you don't like 26? I like 26. I actually want it even. I like chunk size. Oh. So I'm going to reduce it actually. So 81, 80, 79, 78. So this will now be exactly 2-to-3 rate. A 1-to-3 ratio of length to width. Which means we'll have 3 exhibits. Probably not necessarily even. I think the middle one might be slightly larger, so it's 3 sets 26. So I'd probably maybe do one that's 30, and the other 2 can be 24 each. 32 wide, 96. Nope. 26 by 78. I've made notes of sizes. 16 by 48. Compromise. This is my building. You're just saying that because Nanakit's not around to say it. I've been actually racking my mind. What would a compromise emote look like? Like, how do you capture that in an emote? I don't know what emote I give up. I like all my emotes too much. Kit shrugging. All you can think of with that word is a spy. Well, we do spy on Wednesday. Get in, loser. It's Wednesday. We're going spying. Okay, so where is 78 divided by 2? 39, okay. So, count to 38, basically, because this is 1, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So that should be the middle point. So that's where the doors will be. So we'll have actually something that comes out this way in the end. It will be wider in the end, but today is mostly us just blocking off what we're thinking. And by we, I guess me, but also we. Like the meme of compromise being Uno reverse of sorts. Man, I love doing the Uno reverse on Goff hot seat round. That was so funny. No, yo! Oh man, there's an old meme. Overused though. Yeah. At this point, fair. I'll hang on to the dirt for now. Make some more charcoal. Meat mess! Witch priest ordinary! Perfectly ordinary, which is perfect because today's a perfectly ordinal day. Okay, so the next thing we have to really figure out is height. So if I just do an archway straight from here, it would be 26 tall, which is pretty sizable, honestly. 2 days ago was special. Yesterday was special. There's a lot of special stuff this week, actually. I think tomorrow might be special, too, if I remember correctly. Nope. I was wrong. Nothing tomorrow or Friday in terms of the calendar. All right. So if I do 26 tall, like just do an immediate archway. It is 26 tall, but the problem is that it's only 26 tall here in the center, and I think we definitely want it to be... I think we want the archway raised off the ground first. 2 days ago was specialer. And then the... new part of basic education lessons this week. It's all good. It's great. Always an opportunity to learn. But I don't want it to be too tall, because I was thinking, what if we made it 26 tall and then put the archway on it? I'm like, no, that's going to be too massive. So I'm thinking somewhere maybe in the middle. What if we did like yeah, Exaltation of the Cross is on the 14th. It's a great opportunity to eat some basil. So what if we did 13 tall? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we did the 26 archway. Hold on. I have to pull up my special chart. 4. Then it's... I'm doing this in dirt because it's easier to work with than glass. I do have Silk Touch, but only on some iron stuff. So I'd rather save it. What if befriended an Orthodox iconographer in Houston? We were drowning in basil and he came and grabbed some for said feast day. And he dropped on an icon for free as thanks. I was like, this is not a fair trade. I don't know. You gave him basil on Feast of Exaltation and the Cross. An alcove in St. Arnold's Beer Hall. I want a beer hall. I want a hall of beer. H-A-L-L and H-A-U-L. Okay, so I'm rethinking this. I'm gonna go to creative mode just to fly back up here. Ow, my ankles. God willing, I would need to change my username to Beer Deacon. No, I think just Deacon Beer Fox. You do live kind of a charmed life, not gonna lie. So what I'm thinking differently now is, what if we went up maybe... Went up 4, because that's a reasonable height. And then did a small... notch in. So, oh. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 off. So that makes this inner part now 16. So what if I went up by 2 first? So, this archway needs to go up 3. So I'm going to give it a base of 1 and then go up by 3. Oh, hey, it's the exact same archway I just designed, actually. That's actually kind of nice, I think. So yeah, what if it kind of had a shape like that all the way through? So it'd actually kind of be 2 archways. I'm kind of liking this. And again, this is done in the dirt block, so it's easier to outline. We can come back later and fill it in with glass. So just 1, 2, 3, 4. Over by 1. Over by 1, 2. Then we're kind of putting an angle bracket in. 3. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So yeah, just think of that like running all the way through. I might make this layer here the concrete layer. We'll see. But then, like, this, I'm thinking these 3 corner bricks or blocks would be, like, some other material. Grab a thing of glass. Let's see how this looks by comparison. Hello, happy little bee. And this is just to help. This will be some other material. This is just to help show just like having something to help break up the glass and sort of show like a modicum of support. And it might have like bars or something going down. And I might have something here as well. Might. That one's still open. Hey, Craig. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, shoot. I should have a counter of how much glass I've broken during this project. So yeah, that's kind of what the archway will look like in the end, I think. I like that. And again, what's dirt will be more likely the concrete material. And we will have some pieces of like the iron bars serving as like supports in certain areas. So maybe like coming down from here, we'd have the iron bars. What do you think, chat? Ow. You think that's a good direction to go? Or do I need to be redesigning this again? Both are acceptable answers. Okay, I think that'll make a nice space that will feel lofty without feeling too tall. Like, obviously the Basilica is a much taller building, but you know, I don't think the greenhouse needs to rival that, and doesn't have to rival the lobby of the Opera House. We used a lot of dirt. We had dirt down to here. We're gonna need a lot more glass. Right now, just plain glass blocks. We only have like a row and change. I do like the idea, though, of randomly throwing in some colored blocks, just little splashes of color here and there throughout. I'll just see if I have any gravel lying around. I don't think I do. Oh, hey, we have light gray concrete. That's exactly what I was thinking of using anyway. I wish light gray was more like an off-white. Like, I wish there was like a pale yellowish. But alas and alack. I'm not in love with the gray concrete here in the elbows. It's not bad here. Then we'll have certain interstitial periods of incorporating it or something similar vertically. Maybe what we could incorporate vertically. If I have any. If I don't, I can make some. But what if we use like diorite walls as the vertical support element in some ways? Like it won't work in these corner pieces that we're looking at. But we could do... I'd have to have something that then connects them there. I have an idea. But then, you know, we could also... What if we made some diorite stairs? Because that would keep with the gray theming of the concrete. Yeah, we could put a piece like that, which will serve just kind of as like a buttress for wherever there's... like a wall. Or, yeah. How did I bring in glass? Yeah, that's weird. And I might just put... So I was thinking, what if we put upside down diorite stairs there, but then it will connect to the vertical portion of that. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't have to have that, I guess. It would make it feel more open, too. It doesn't have these pillars. So I have an idea. I don't know if I have what you'd call a vision, so much as I'm willing to explore what a vision could be. Okay, okay, I don't dislike that. But I might stick with regular diorite there, though, instead of concrete. I definitely prefer this set of bricks over this set of bricks. Been playing a lot of Minecraft as you usually do, so I'm not reviewing recent additions. I know they were talking about adding concrete decoration blocks. Unaware if they've released that yet. Yeah, and unfortunately because of using the shader pack, I have to stay a few editions back. Because Optifine doesn't usually get the chance for the dev kit and update until the update's live, I guess. Or it just takes them time. So I do like, though, the texture that this brings, because the glass is going to be pretty smooth. You know, as a greenhouse would be. A reminder, this is all kind of based on the Crystal Palace in London. So trying to evoke that. So it's going to be... I'm going to use a shader pack. Does this mean you're shady? It does mean I'm shady. Also, good to see you, P-Tony. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah. Can't do anything with concrete blocks yet. But I like where this is headed. It's... Because, like, another thing to remember, too... I'll grab the self-protection pickaxe now. Is that the walls of the Crystal Palace were not just like a flat slate. They were like a series of arched windows. Gonna be lurking and work on your checklist. Hey, sounds good. Thank you for the lurk. So I'm trying to incorporate like a lot of elements with a limited space, a limited palette, and you know, Minecraft's fundamental blockiness. Yeah, because like the Crystal Palace, like this layer would basically be a series of archways. So how could I go about doing that? Much better making checklists than keeping track of your checklists. What about actually doing your checklists? Excuse me. So rude. Wait, you can do your checklists? It's kind of like your taxes. You can do them. You probably should. It's like we could design a series of windows kind of like that. Checklists are like taxes. I put them off. Well, you're certainly doing that by hanging out in chat, and that's totally okay. This is not a co-working stream. mean, you're more than welcome to always lurk and be co-working. But, you know, this is not like an intentional co-working stream where it's like, okay, Pomodoro method, I'm gonna go do my own work off camera. Which, I respect people who do that, for the record. I have nothing against it, just, this is not that space. Anyway, I kinda don't like how squat that makes that look. What if it was too wide? What if it was too wide, but I screwed up and I did the exact same thing? It's still kind of squat. I may have to make it 3 wide. In which case, I'd probably... Since this is the actual corner, I'd probably incorporate back in the gray concrete here at least. Okay, so it's not quite like an elegant archway, because, like, again, the Crystal Palace is like a bunch of very narrow archways. It's very pretty. And this is very much the developmental phase. Like, all of this is subject to change. I thought that pillar was off center for a moment. I might just have to abandon the idea of having the archways like the Crystal Palace would have had. That just may not be something I can capture at this scale. Yeah, that looks like too much of a jangled mess at a distance. No, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that one bit. I do believe there's still going to be a way to have some sort of a line that breaks up sections. Maybe it's just going with a simple block. Maybe the diorite was just too visually noisy for that section because it's so dotted. Like I don't mind it here in this upper bracket. But I think all the way up the wall was too much. So we could do like a deep slate wall, which would be black. We could just do... See, and I kind of like the wall portion because, you know, it's a little more narrow. But the problem is that, like, when you get to sections like this, you have this awkward gap. I don't like having a gap to the outside of my buildings. I do like the archway shape, so like at least we have that going for us. Like that's... It wouldn't be 1-to-1, but it would be kind of designed the same way here, where it's like you'd have small archway, main archway, small archway. And like they'd meet up. Let's go look at some bricks. There's always, of course, the option to get some colored concrete. But I think I want something with a little bit of texture. But I think something like cobblestone or diorite's probably too noisy. Polished deep slate might not be a bad idea. Like it's shiny, it's dark, it's striped. I'm not gonna do obsidian. That would be ridiculous and take way too much time. I'm just gonna move all this obsidian to one spot. I still want to use walls somehow, and I don't know. Because I want this to... If I made this even bigger still, which I'm not going to, it would give me the ability to work with some of the shapes and scale I want, but I think then it becomes too big of a build and it kind of loses its feel of believability, and that's always a fine line to walk in Minecraft. It's like, yeah, the basilica is big, but it feels like a basilica. The Opera House is large, but like if you walk into the center, if you walk into the Met, its atrium is quite large. Know, but if you walk into a greenhouse, there's... I don't want the roof disappearing into the sky. Taxes put everyone off, don't they? They do indeed, Jizo. Calcite's a little too rough. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it might be called cobbled deep slate, or polished deep slate. Let's see what other options we could do. We could do deep slate bricks. Deep slate tile might be a good one too. What's wrong with a sky roof? Oh, it's too big. I want to be able to see the roof. I was hoping I might have bone blocks. I'm not doing anything with quartz for this build. I am done using quartz for a while. After the Opera House, turn up your render distance. That should help. So one side we'll put some polished deep slate. The other side we'll put deep slate tiles. Sorry, concrete. Gonna take most of you out for now. I think it's gonna be the deep slate tiles. I think the brickwork is nice. It's kind of evocative of a of what a greenhouse would be like. In terms of foundation. You can't stand the sound of running or walking on deep slate. I don't tend to notice that, but I totally believe you. I mean, that's a totally valid reason. Fortunately, we won't be running on this, as it will be the walls. We'll need to figure out, like, how often we want these walls. Kind of to break things up, but yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards these deep slate tiles now. You frequently run up the walls. I know, Yenza has to get you down all the time. Yeah, I can't really think of a good way to do the arched windows that looks good at this scale. Because, like, I can't get the level of fine detail that, like, the actual Crystal Palace would have had. And, you know, like, I have little arched windows here, which I like, but I don't know, they just felt too short. They felt very squat. And I think the Crystal Palace, I think the aesthetic of its design, besides being proto Art Deco, is it's very upward focused. It draws your eyes very upward naturally. What was the name of the building again? The Crystal Palace. It no longer exists. Because it was unintentionally like, they built it and they're like, ah, this is beautiful. And then they're like, Oh, it's a big glass building. It's a greenhouse. They didn't build it as a greenhouse. Queen Victoria showed up, gave like a little talk for the opening ceremony, and then was just like, nope, I'm done. Get me out of here. I do like the use of the diorite there, though. I think I'll keep that. Replace that side as well. Yeah, and the Crystal Palace itself would have had a rose window at each nave. My modem might need replaced. Here, I have a model for you. It's the Crystal Palace. Oh no, nostalgia, I missed my childhood. You missed the dial-up? It was so slow, though. Oh boy, another millennial sleeper cell noise. I've got a soundboard full of them now. I actually have a folder of sound effects that I'm growing called, just labeled millennial noises. Triggered. Go, my sleeper agents, go! Now I gotta remove this black nail polish. Where'd that come from? It just sounded like a piano key. It was a piano key. It was the high G of the start of Welcome to the Black Parade, specifically. In a rural area, we did guys being year 11. It's fair. You know where the piano is from? Wait, do you mean like in general where the piano as like an instrument is from? Or like where the piano that was used by My Chemical Romance is from? Oh, harpsichord noises. Oh man. I remember hearing a harpsichord for the first time in high school and going, wait a minute, this is just Baroque Mario music. What was I gonna do? I was gonna grab some dirt. Just do a little terraforming on one side. When you say Crystal Palace, are you speaking of the one in Hyde Park? That stupid search scared me. I think it was in Hyde Park. Search Victorian Crystal Palace, and it should. In fact, here. Oh no, my desktop, it's so messy. Crystal Palace Victorian. Don't know why I moved that down. Looks like little tournaments, yeah. So this is it feels weird to bring this up, but have you heard the news about Charlie Kirk? It happened during your stream? No? Oh, dang. I don't want that happening. Look, I don't want violence happening to anyone. But anyway, yeah, so this is the Crystal Palace. So kind of, you can see kind of the large curved roof that I'm working for. I'm not doing like the steps. I did go for more of a curved side, but like this is what I'm... This is kind of what I'm talking about when I'm saying like the little arched windows, but like doing that. My model is a little smaller. Like I said, it's not, I'm not recreating the Crystal Palace. I'm designing a greenhouse interpreting the Crystal Palace. Yeah, so this would have been the inside. It's like I'll use some not an atrium? I mean, it kind of will be an atrium, I guess. But like, you know, I'm thinking like steel bars. Will help to look like some of these support pieces. But yeah, it's this exterior that I'm really trying. I'm trying to figure out how to capture, like the sense that it's a lot of glass, but there are these occasional supports, and yeah, it's a much lighter material. Maybe like bone block would look like that, but bone blocks are really hard to come by. Do panes? Yeah. But panes run into the same problem as walls. Although I guess if I'm using... And that's where it comes into the problem, is like doing a curved portion with a pane, you know, how do you do the corners so that it's continuous? Those support sections on the outside look like maybe solid blocks with walls in the middle. Yeah, that's a way to do it. Like do a block, wall, block, so that you get that recessed effect. But I quite love the Crystal Palace. I think it's quite a beautiful building design. It would have been a nightmare to be inside because no air conditioning, glass, summer. Yeah, Victorian coats, Victorian dress, just in general, like, ugh. And the way it's kind of designed in the actual palace, and I could do this basically at some of the like larger portions, like this. So I could do that and then have the wall, and maybe like use a different colored wall or something, but if I put that there, then, you know, run into the same problem. But I could do that up there. Perhaps post lamps on the outside, maybe hanging from iron bars. Or nether brick fence. Nether brick fence might be good. Kind of bring in some reds. Again, this isn't necessarily... And I'm definitely thinking like lanterns for the lighting source. But the nice thing is, being a greenhouse, is it will largely be naturally lit during the day. Thinking of the shaders, yeah. And I need to also think of proportions. Because right now I think this is 5 wide, which is kind of weird. So 5. So that's 1. Yeah, because like 153, 53. It's a weird ratio. I need to do some math. I need to sit down and just like do some math. But I think we're making, like, it's starting to come together. And I do like this overall shape. Like, I think this is a nice, sort of nice shape, and then we'll have a smaller but similar design shape here that will meet up with it. Maybe to break it up, split it into windows of 3 with a tile between, no walls. Yeah. Yeah. Another option is that here I could put like a glass pane, so it's still recessed but clear. There are options. There are options. Yeah, I need to do sit down with some math, because like I want to break this into, there's going to be 3 sections, 2 smaller ones that are equal, and then 1 larger one in the middle. Love playing with building in Minecraft. Yeah, it's great. And this one's a little trickier because it's like the last 2 builds. I mean, this was cool. Plop down a circle and go up. This one's a square. That one was more complicated, but yeah, I need to tinker around, I think, with some color options of like what this inner wall could be, and maybe even what this outer portion could be. Maybe it needs to be something lighter like bone block. I'm trying to not corner myself into expensive materials again on a build, because that can always make a build just take longer and feel more arduous. Had trouble getting back to rectangles since using circles. Try to play around a bit, though. Yeah, it's good to mix it up and use both. That's why this is a rectangle with circular top. Yeah, I need to mess around with some options, though. But that'll be a next week problem, / maybe over the weekend. Because right now, it's time to call it for the stream. Wrong button. Want to get more into spirals and scaled arches. Ooh, scaled arches. Yeah, oh man, some helixes in Minecraft, especially like if you're doing mega builds, like good helix can look so cool. Especially if you're using like lots of interesting color. Minecraft. Good times. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in to Let Us Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. It's been good to be with y'all today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you to everyone who's liked, followed, subscribed, given bits, all that good jazz. Thank you for checking out the YouTube and the Discord. Join us again tomorrow. Going to be playing Donkey Kong Country 2. Friday, I'll be over on Pete Tony's channel playing Game of Favorites. Vote for me, please. I'm going to need it. And then, yeah, Monday, back to Clair Obscur. Tuesday, something. I forget what. We'll figure that out. And then more midweek Minecraft as we continue to work on this. So again, thank you to everyone for being here today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And let's see who's live that we can raid into. Gonna send you on over to Halcyon Ward. He's playing some dice game. I don't know what it is. Raid call, either Father Raid or Gambling Raid. Either works. Anyway, go give Hal some love. He's a funny guy. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. God bless.